Hello, welcome back to the channel.
Hi, today we're going to be looking at 6 pre-owned items that regularly sell on eBay.
Now these items can be found at Goodwill, Salvation Army, estate sales, and at your Goodwill bins.
And today we're just going to focus on general clothing items, men's, women's, and plus size. So what do you got for us?
The first item we have is a vintage from the 90s Ralph Lauren Polo Sport.
I like that flag.
The snapback cap. Now for some reason the Polo Sport hats regularly sell over $50.
Wow.
Used condition, and it's just, well, what a normal person would also think that's just a normal hat. I usually go for the polo, the pony, but the flag in this Polo Sport, it definitely brings the value up. As you can see, there are other polos, there are different type of polos, but it's usually the Polo Sport from the 90s that bring this kind of.
And all of these sold? Is that what you're showing us?
These are all sold. These are all sold.
Okay.
Used items. So when you go to your
nice
thrift
and
store,
colorful.
make sure to check the hat bin for some Polo Sport hats. So
Okay.
what do you got?
All right, so for the ladies, I looked up women's regular tops and just looked around, and I noticed that Johnny Was one of those brands that really made a impact. There was a bunch of those in here, so I looked between over $50, and I found a bunch of Johnny Was, and they're really colorful, really nice button-up tops. And I focused in on this Johnny Was that's a cotton top. So right here, it's embroidered. Nice detail, 100% cotton, and this sold for, oh my gosh, about almost $100, and that wasn't even that long ago. January 24th. That was like 2 days ago. So if you're looking around for women's tops, and I know that market is flooded with different brands and designers, Johnny Was is definitely one of those that you'd love to pick up. And again, this is really just a simple top. It's just
It looks like a
cotton
normal
top. Yeah.
normal top.
Could be any brand. I mean, you could find this for Faded Glory, but this happens to be a designer that people want, and so it went for a good amount of money. And all right, what do you got now?
That's pretty interesting. What do I have is with the football season driving to a close, these are what you call NFL shark tooth hats. Now the regular shark tooth NFL hats sometimes go between 30 and 50.
Okay.
But there are a lot of the shark tooth hats, this is what the shark tooth hat design looks like. But this right here is a double shark tooth. As you can see, the red is like the first pattern and the black is the second pattern.
It's really nice.
That brings up the value significantly. You could even get up to $100 for these double shark tooth regular NFL hat. These are from the 90s. I don't know if they're reproducing these type of hats or they're all vintage when you see them. Some of the prices, like here you have a Dallas Cowboy. Same thing, original listing.
Oh, I like that. That's really cool.
It's the double shark tooth hat. So yeah, so there you go, shark tooth. If you didn't know about it before, look for these type of patterns. That's it. You get $100.
Yeah. All right, and then for men's, I found a couple of men's things, and I noticed that regularly leather jackets. So you've probably seen leather jackets at some point in the stores, and you're like, that's pretty heavy. That's a lot to ship. I don't know how much I'm gonna get for it. Usually they're kind of marked up at the store. You're not sure what to do. Well, I noticed that when I looked through the men's jackets, regular sizes, that Filson and tin cloth waxed trucker jacket. So this is a leather jacket. It's a really nice style. It's got some detail here. This is just a basic black jacket, but it went for, was it $83? And it says like new condition, so it's gently used. It's not really worn out.
Let me see the tag, if there's a tag.
Yep, and then tag is just a basic tag. Look at that. It doesn't look that special.
That's
so
it right
it says
there.
Filson Garments, and I saw a couple of these. This is not just a one-off. This is actually something, and it's out of Seattle, I guess. It's kind of cool. And so I saw a bunch of these at this price, or even a little higher depending on the style. The trucker styles seem to be very popular, so I chose this one as an example. And all right, what else do you have?
I've never really seen a Filson garment. Next we have right here, Dragonfly clothing. Look at this vintage
cool.
Scarface button-up shirt.
Does that say Yankees on the side?
Nah, that's Tony Montana. That's his logo from the.
It looks like the New York Yankee symbol. That's hilarious.
From the movie. But these Dragonfly, the Dragonfly clothing company, makes these type of very graphic prints, and they go for between $50 and $100. Now, look at this right here. Look at that. They make other kinds.
That's so cool.
Of very bright prints. Now, these will be easy to pick out at the store, your thrift store, estate sale, wherever. Just look for these. If you see some kind of patterns like that, make sure you check the collar. See if it's a Dragonfly clothing. Then you might have $50 to $100 item. And they come in different styles, but it's the same type of graphic print. Not exactly Hawaiian, like this shirt, but it's very bold graphic print. Look at this
Jimi Hendrix. That's cool.
Look at that. Look at this. So this one's really nice. I like this Dragonfly print. Let me check out this original listing. Look at that. Look at that.
That's cool, dude. You can't be rocking that. That's cool.
And look at the tag. The tags usually go by the person's name. Then you'll see the Dragonfly under it. So it'll say Jimi Hendrix. It'll say Tony Montana. It'll say Scarface. But check out these Dragonfly vintage prints. There you go.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right, and then my last item, I looked in the ladies plus section, and so I'm always looking there at Goodwill and Salvation when there's sales, and I just have a hard time figuring out what to look for. And I noticed that regularly Eileen Fisher, not just dresses, but Eileen Fisher in general for plus size, was a top item. So again, between $50 and $100, I found this Eileen Fisher dress. It's a silk blend. It's not necessarily all silk, but it's a shift dress. That's also another popular style, is shift, where it's kind of like fitted and simple with like a sometimes sleeveless and a scoop neck, and fits around the waist and is very flattering. Could be worn kind of as like a career dress or something more formal. And this one sold for $90.
$90.
That's fantastic for a simple dress. This isn't even fancy. Like, there's nothing decorative on this dress.
The other pictures.
Yeah. So this person just photographed it in their house on a little mannequin thing, and they got $90 for a very simple dress. So keep your eyes peeled for Eileen Fisher.
And it would have been more if it was all linen. Is that what is
it's
it?
silk.
It's
a silk blend. It's a silk blend, but it's a plus size 3X. So you notice that it got pinned. You can see that they pinned it to this mannequin. It's not actually
so it's actually
fitted.
bigger.
It's actually bigger. They made it so it looks like you can see the figure.
Yeah.
But I've done that too. But you have to make sure people know that. But yeah, it's a 3X, so it's harder for plus size women to find designer clothes. And I guess Eileen Fisher is the one to look for because, again, I saw multiple items for Eileen Fisher that were selling. All right, and so do you have any more? Are you done?
That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, from our store, something random that we just sold was a juicer.
Over $50.
We literally just sold this today for over $50. Why did you pick this up in the first place?
The color.
The color?
Very bright.
But is it like a fancy brand? I don't even remember. He found this and listed it, so I don't even know.
It's Mighty OJ. It's a reproduction, but it's a vintage style. It's not vintage. It's just the
so
style.
It's like retro.
It's a retro
style. So it's
style.
like 70s style, like, there's my juicer.
It's a juicer.
And so this is one of those random one-offs. This is a little bonus item that we're selling you that's sold on eBay. Don't know how many of these you're going to find, but just wanted to show you something different. All right.
Thank you for passing by to the channel. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.